Okay, today we are going to take this equation and we're going to do something called completing the square, and we're going to rewrite it so that it looks like a standard circle equation. You can tell that this could be a circle because we have an x squared term and a y squared term, and they both have a coefficient of 1 in front. So the first thing we're going to do is regroup the terms. We want to regroup them so that my x terms, my x squared and my 4x are together, and my y squared and my negative 6y are together, and then the plus 2, we're going to add the opposite and toss him to the other side. So we're going to do that by rewriting here x squared. Hold on, let me just fix that. We're going to do that. Okay, we got x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y, and that's now equal to negative 2. So we need to complete the square, and we have to do this twice. Here's the process. For the x's, I'm going to say x squared plus 4x plus blank. And there's my first expression, plus y squared minus 6y plus blank. Okay, on the other side, I've still got negative 2, but I'm going to add whatever I add in the blanks here. Whatever I add here, I got to add here to stay balanced. And again, whatever I add here, I'm going to add down here to stay balanced. So what we have to do is something called completing the square. I take my 4, which is the coefficient in front of the x, I'm going to divide it in half and square it. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4 again. That's kind of a special case. I'm going to put the 4 there, and I'm going to put the 4 in there. And now we do the same thing with the y. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 3 squared is 9. So the 9's going there, and the 9's going there. So this guy, all of these are going to get combined. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2, plus another 9 is 11. And then we're going to rewrite this and start factoring it. So this is what we have. We have a trinomial. We call this a perfect square trinomial for x. We have a perfect square trinomial for y. And then we have the junk on the other side that we don't really care about. We just kind of toss him over there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to factor those things. My x squared plus 4x plus 4 factors in the same thing twice. X plus 2, x plus 2. And then my y term factors into the same thing twice. Y minus 3, y minus 3. And then we have all the extra things. So if you look at this, how this factors, if you want to combine them, this turns into x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared, because it always factors into the same thing twice. So if you take a look at that, when you factor this guy, it's always going to be the square root of the x term, there he is, and the square root of the last term, there's the 2, and then it's always the sign of the center term. So that's why he's positive. If you look at the y's, we've got the square root of y squared, so it's y, the square root of 9, and then the 6 had a subtraction here, so we have subtraction down there. That's why this works. And then we have the 11. And this is now in the standard form for a circle. From there you can pull the center off and say the center is going to be -2, +3, and the radius is always the square root of the other side. So the radius is the square root of 11. And that's it. We'll do one more example to walk through. Okay, for this example, we seem to have fewer terms. We have an x squared term, but then we have a y squared and a y term. So the x squared term is already done. We know he is going to be an x minus 0 quantity squared because I don't have any other x terms here. My constant term is already on the right hand side, so I have to complete the square for the y squared minus 2y. So that's what we'll do. The x squared is just going to stay there, plus, and then if I have y squared minus 2y plus blank, and then I have 5 plus a blank. Remember, whatever I have to put in there, I got to add over here to make sure my equation stays balanced. So I take the 2, I divide it in half, that's 1, 1 squared is 1, so a 1 is going in both spots. Now once I do that, I'm ready to factor the y. So my x squared stays the same, plus, remember when I factor, it's a perfect square trinomial, so it's going to be the square root of y squared and the square root of 1 and the sine of the center. So it's y minus 1. And on the other side we have 6, and we're already in the form that we want. The center is going to be 0, 1, and the radius is going to be radical 6, and you are done.